up, my geeks and freaks? Big Girl Geek here with a brand new video. And today, you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about The Flash and The Flash's #1 couple on the CW and in DC TV universe, Barry and Iris. So, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the Geek Out. Okay, so I didn't ever think I was going to be addressing this on this channel because everyone here, if you've been following me for a while, knows how I feel about The Flash, and you know that I love Barry and I love Iris and I love them together. So yes, you could call me a West Allen fan. But I feel like I've had to address this because of what I've been seeing in the comments of another video. And if you are brand new, welcome. Please do hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, share it, and do hit the notification bell to get notified for whenever I do upload a new video. So I uploaded a video, and it's a year old, and it was basically, it's 40 seconds. I'll put a link to the video in the description box, and it's Grant Gustin shuts down a Snowberry fan at a Comic-Con. So basically, a fan gets up during the Q&A part of this convention, this panel, when it's like all the Flash cast and the showrunner, Eric Wallace. And she asks, will the show ever revisit the kiss from season 1 between Barry and Caitlin? And some of the audience members start to boo her. The guy that's closest to her, he kind of looks like the guy from the Spider-Man Tom Holland films, is giving this most confused face, and it's so hilarious because it's generally what like most everybody was thinking, and including the cast, because the cast then, everyone in the cast except Danielle Panabaker is looking at this girl like, what are you talking about? And Grant then proceeds to give his answer, and he's like, no, there's really nothing to revisit, and Barry doesn't even know about it, which brings up a good point. Barry doesn't know about it because that was not Barry and Caitlin kissing. That was a metahuman disguised as Barry that can morph into whoever he chooses, every man. And that scene is basically a sexual assault on Caitlin because she thought she was kissing Barry and she didn't know who she was kissing. So technically she was sexually assaulted. I mean, if you really want to go there. And so there really is nothing to that. And I know Snowberry fans will then say, you know, what about the kiss between Killer Frost and Flash in season 3? I think that was the Killer Frost episode. And my thoughts on that is that, again, Barry did not ask to be kissed by Killer Frost. And he was in a whole ass relationship with Iris. So he was then sexually assaulted. And also, she didn't kiss him in a romantic way. She was trying to murder him, which was her signature move whenever she would be fighting with a man, would be to kiss them, to freeze them to death. Yeah, how like heroic, what a role model. So yeah, everyone except, like I said, Danielle Panabaker was just very confused by that question. And the reason I bring her up is because the reason I think that this video from a year ago is now all of a sudden getting these views and these comments and these discussions, which I've kept out of. I've been getting the notifications that you guys are commenting, and I know some of my subscribers are going in and defending the Barris and Iris haters. I appreciate that. And some people I don't recognize the names, and you guys are having these discussions, and I mostly stay out of it. But the reason I think that this is now, again, this video is getting these views and these comments and people are bringing these discussions up is because of what happened recently, where after Hartley Sawyer got fired, Danielle Panabaker started deleting a lot of tweets, like all of her tweets, because there was a thread done by a West Allen fan on Twitter where it shows how Danielle Panabaker has been committing microaggressions against the Black female lead Candace Patton, and that thread has started getting attention from media outlets. So because it started getting attention from media outlets, Danielle Panabaker started deleting a lot of her tweets. And so I think that's what then brought this attention to the video that I posted again, and why these discussions are popping up. A couple comments are like within this week, and the video has been posted for over a year. So that's why I think that's happening. And the reason I'm making this video is because I'm just so sick of seeing this comment. It pops up every now and again. It's been 7 seasons the show's been on, and it pops up at least at the start of the season. At least someone says it a couple times every season, whether they be a Snowberry fan or not, a fanboy, or someone who just thinks that hating Iris is like the new black. Like, it's just a cool thing to do online. Is that I'll see a comment, and I saw a comment on this video. Hey, not trying to start anything, any drama, but aren't Barry and Iris like technically siblings? Like, sweetie, no, technically they're not. And I'm just so sick of it. And I thought I'd address it on this channel, so that way going forward, hopefully anyone that comes across this channel doesn't even try to attempt to argue with me on this. Okay, this channel's not here for that. This channel supports The Flash. It supports Barry and Iris as a couple, and supports Candace Patton in that role. Now, no, they're not siblings. And I see people trying to now compare Barry and Iris' situation to Kara and Alex on Supergirl. First of all, Kara, both of her parents were deceased. She was then dropped off at the Danvers, and the Danvers adopted her. They have adoption papers on Kara Danvers. That's why her name is Kara Danvers. They legally, what they can with an alien from an out of world, legally adopted her through the proper channels. And that's how her and Alex are siblings, and that's why they call each other sisters. Now, Barry, mother passed away. His father was in jail, but his father was alive and breathing. Barry went to see his father every chance he got at jail. Because he had no guardian or other relative to take care of him, Joe West became his legal guardian. As someone that was raised by a legal guardian and not adopted, I can tell you that there is a difference. My legal guardian was not my parent. My legal guardian was my legal guardian. And both of my parents were deceased. So there's a difference. And because Joe was his legal guardian, that means he was just legally responsible for Barry's well-being while Barry was a minor until the age of 18. So Barry has said, season 1, the writers have established that Barry had a crush on Iris prior to him moving in with her. They've known each other. They knew each other prior to them moving in. They were best friends. They grew up on the same street prior to Barry moving in with Iris. While Joe does look at Barry as another child of his and another son, because he did help raise him. He did do that. Barry looks at Joe as a father figure, yes, because he taught him how to shave, taught him how to fight, taught him all these things that his father couldn't because his father was in jail. So he shows Joe that respect and allows Joe to have those feelings for him. But Iris and Barry, while Barry was living with them, never viewed each other as brother and sister. They were best friends. So there's the difference. I mean, it's really not rocket science. Barry was never Barry West. Barry was never adopted by Joe. Barry always felt these feelings for Iris. And now you're like, oh, well, they're 10. He doesn't know what those feelings are. I'm sorry. Maybe I grew up in a different time with you guys, but at 10, 11, 12, I had crushes on boys. I knew I wasn't like, no, I didn't know, like, you know what I'm saying, like love, but I had crushes. And it's so funny to me that you guys don't have any problem with a man that can run faster than the speed of sound, and a shark that can walk on land and talk and fight with a talking gorilla, but you can't get past them saying that a 10-year-old was in love with a girl. It's little microaggressions like that, that people that say this, that Barry and Iris are siblings, and try to just like refute everything just to make it look like they can't be together. You don't want to be called racist. And I'm not saying you're racist, but you're doing microaggressions that make you look like you are prejudiced. And that's just the way it is. It's been 7 seasons. We're going into season 8. I can't remember what season. I think we're going to season 8 or season 7. I can't remember at this point. this damn quarantine, but it's been a long time. Please get over the fact that Barry and Iris are not siblings. They are married. They're probably gonna have the twins before the show is off the air. And that's just it, man. Snowberry is not looking good for you guys, man. You can ship all you want, but don't go in front of Candace Patton at a convention and try to diminish her role on the show and her relationship. That shit is fucked up, and that's why you got booed. Not saying you should have got booed, girl, in the video, but I understand why you did, and I understand why people are like looking crazy at y'all. Stop, man. Don't come on my channel with that shit. You can take that shit to Paigey or whoever else on some Snowberry channel. Leave that shit. I'm gonna talk the comments in a minute. But that's all I had to say on the subject. I felt like preaching this morning, and I'm just over it. I'm just over it. Can we just enjoy the show without all this stupid? Barry should be with every other white girl on the show except every other girl that's not Candace. It's not Iris. It's just so stupid. I'm over it. All right, that's my rant. So until next video, you guys, I'm out of here. Big Girl Geek out. Peace. Hey, where are you going? You just watched a cool video. Subscribe.